Viego versus Yi.
Somewhere in this game, I think I had a decent, strong early game. So somewhere in the game, I lost control of the game, and I think we just lost. I would like to know where. I think.
Alright. Sounds good. I mean, 99% of the time someone tells me they have a good early game and then they lose mid game is
I
99% of the
probably
time they're not prioritizing objectives. So we will see if that is the issue. Or they're taking unnecessary fights and losing their shutdowns. Okay.
yeah, probably.
But we'll see. Full charge W, nice. Start of the game is a bit messy, but we saved it with full charge W. That guy should die. I don't know why you're not pressing Q. Q's up in 2. Q's up right now. You can Q right now. He dies. So just have your spell is just up. There's not much I can say. You're just not using your spell. I think at the very start of the fight too, when you go for a gank like this, right? And this gank starts, I'll pause when you see the HP, and this is the HP disparity. 1 HP, obviously above half. It's really obvious that this guy is gonna try to kill this guy, correct?
Yes.
So I would just stand here and just start full charging my W. Even when he's like instead of Eing here, even when he's in fog, right? Right now, just stand. You can literally just stand still and just full charge W. Because this guy only has two options. Either A is gonna go try to kill this guy, which is 90% chance, or B is gonna run like this way to go like this, and then you could just chase after him with your W, right? So yeah, I would just
Hmm.
start full charging my W. And here, instead of walking down, just stand here, because right now he's forced to walk through you. But right now, when you walk like this, now you're behind him, and I hate having to chase after people. I want people to have to walk into me, right? Because you don't have to chase, you don't have to like walk towards them, hit them. You can just hit them because if you're in range, you don't have to walk towards them, right? So I want people to walk into me, at me. I don't want to have to chase after people, you know. So I think by standing there, that would accomplish that. Make sense? And
Yeah.
here again, it was still very killable. You just have to press your button. It's fine. I mean, it's not fine. So ends up dying, but whatever. Full clear down. Looks like MasterYi full cleared up, so he should be on. Right now, when you finish Krugs, you should be pinging that MasterYi's probably on his Krug, so you should be danger pinging topside here. We pull Dragon, it's really good. Good tracking. Base for blue. This is really good. When you see MasterYi's top, you should be really happy here, because now, normally when you're on blue, he's on blue, but now he's obviously delayed. He's going to be way slower, right?
Yeah.
So again, that same thing. Like, you should not see that if you're coming top, it's not to kill him. Right? If you're going top, it's for a defensive reason. So it's you think that he's gonna die this guy, so you're gonna come from below to stop. It's anytime you go into any play, you have to recognize: am I doing an aggressive play here or a defensive play? Uh, and if you're like, oh, I wanted to do an aggressive play, that's wrong. Why would you ever want to go aggressive play? Means you're looking to gain an advantage. That's what it means to do an aggressive play, correct?
Hmm.
Why would you ever need to gain an advantage when you already have an advantage? The advantage is first you did dragon, he did nothing, so you are up an objective already. That's one advantage. B, again, normally when you're on blue, he's on blue. He has the same tempo. Now, because he's somehow top for some reason, normally when you're blue, he's blue. When you're grump, he's grump. When you're wolves, he's wolves. Now, if he let's say he bases in 20 seconds or 10 seconds from now, you're going to be in a funny scenario where you're finishing your raptors and he's just like starting as blue, right? And you're finishing your wolves. He's just starting as blue, and now you're going to be in a scenario where you could go wolves to his raptors red. Because his Raptors Red Krug spawns when your Raptors Red Krug spawn, right? So normally you can't
Hmm.
do Wolves into Raptors, because when you finish Wolves, he finishes Wolves, and then he'll be on Raptors when as you're invading him, and it's a fight. But in this case, you're gonna do Raptors and Wolves into his Raptors, and by the time you on his Raptors, he's probably just starting Blue or just starting his Gromp. And then when you take his Red, he's just starting Wolves. And then when you take his Krugs, he's just walking into a stop sign and seeing it's all gone. So you see how if you already have a guaranteed advantage, there's no reason to go for this because this is guaranteed. Everything I described is can and will happen. This guy dying is not guaranteed. Maybe he backs up. Maybe he dodges. Maybe you miss your W. Maybe he flashes your ult. Like there's so many things that could happen. There's nothing he can really do to stop this, right? Then you say, oh, I want to go top defensively, which is fine because you want to save your Mbessa. Well, then I would just do blue, and then I would kite the camp like this in this bush, and then if this guy wants to go for the gank, you'll just flash W over this wall and stun him and kill him, right? So if you want to go top defensively, I don't mind it. But then defensive means from here, not from here, right? And if you want to go top aggressively, that's where I disagree because I think why would I go for an aggressive play when you have guaranteed golden XP advantage in your near future by just playing for his top camps after your top camps? Make sense?
Yeah.
So I think this is really bad. You should have gotten a huge advantage here. And you didn't obviously. You see they're fighting bot. Your bot kills them as you show up. Nice. You base here for Kraken. Play for grubs now. You're gonna straight top here. There should be a double kill. Nice double kill. Boom. I would go pull grubs instantly. Nice. Now full clear down. I think you're too kill hungry. I don't even care. I genuinely don't care that you kill this guy. Um, Instead of doing this, when Akali dies, you see Akali's dead, right? And Bala dies. What does this tell me?
If their mid lane died, their bot lane dies, we have full mid control, we have full bot control. We can probably just take the dragon. It's free,
Exactly.
most likely.
Free dragon. And we already got the first dragon. So right now we could be 11 minutes in the game with 3 grubs, 2 dragons. And you're 3-0. So you have an individual lead and you have a team lead, right? And the game is so simple. Like mid's dead, bot's dead. Why the fuck do I care about Cassante top lane? Is Cassante gonna carry? You know, like I could give a fuck
No.
about this guy. If I have 4 dragons at 22 minutes, what is Cassante gonna do? You know? And funny enough, by running to dragon, you actually would have accidentally killed Yi and saved Silas, because like you would have actually just happened to be in the you would have happened to be like here right now, like walking to dragon, and as you're walking behind Silas right here, Yi's ganking, and you just do hold W on Yi, kill Yi, save Silas, and I know that's like luck, but that's just how League is. When you're in the right place in the right time, you just happen to get freebies, you know.
Yeah.
And now because your mid's dead, if Yi started dragon right now, there's nothing you could do about it. So here and even now, you could still play for dragon. You could still run straight to dragon right now, and then you'll just do dragon, and you'll clear up. You'll do Krugs, Raptors, Wolves, Gromp, Blue, right? You'll just full clear up. And especially now when you see E top in a second, like now, okay, nice. I'm gonna clear towards dragon. I'm gonna play for dragon now, which is what you do. Thank God. But I think this could have been. People don't realize as well. Even though you got the dragon, so I'm still happy. People really coaches don't put enough emphasis on how killing it earlier makes a big difference. Like killing first dragon in 7 minutes means next dragon spawns at 12, means next dragon spawns at 17, means next soul spawns at 22 minutes. This is if you kill each dragon when it spawns, right? 22 minutes soul. Let's say you kill first dragon at 7, and then I'll do plus 2 minutes after every dragon spawn. It spawns at 12, but you don't kill it at 12, you kill it at 14. Now next dragon spawns at 19, but you don't kill it at 19, you kill it at 21, right? The next dragon spawns at 26, but you don't kill it at 26, you kill it at 27. Sorry, at 28, right? The difference from a 28-minute soul to 22-minute soul is huge, right? Because this is the difference of everyone in the game being 2 items or everyone in the game being 3 items, you know? And the way leads scale in League, it's very um you know the word exponential? It's the opposite of exponential. It's like I'd rather be
Logarithmic.
yeah, it's like being 2 items lead to 1 item lead is like 3 times stronger than being 4 items to 3 items. Like this is way stronger of a lead than this. If that makes sense, right? So that's what I mean. It's the opposite
Okay.
of exponential. It's like the so that's why like for example the soul spawning at 22 minutes when I have 3 items and and the enemy team has 2 items is really nice compared to a 27-minute soul where I have 3 items and they have 3 items. I have 4 items, they have 3 items. You know? Like this is way more preferred than this. So killing a dragon earlier, making it spawn earlier, so it dies again earlier, so you get dragon earlier, makes a big difference. Like last game was a perfect example. If you watch Queenie's game, the Karthus, she was 6 items when Xin was 5, and yet Xin felt just as useful as certain fights, right? Well, if you compared when she was like 3 item Karthus to 2 item Xin then Xin was fucking worthless. You know? Leads simply scale off. But yeah. Does this make sense? That's why, like, even though you got the dragon, I'm glad. The difference in killing it now or killing it right now is when you could have got it at the 10-minute mark. It does matter a lot. Instead of killing at 10, you killed it at 12. Again, I'm still glad you got it, but it could be way earlier. But that will make sense, yeah?
Yes, that does make sense.
Sounds good. Okay, we're looking for him. Okay, go to our camps. Top dies, base. Here, you don't have to, but normally here I would buy an extra longsword because I don't like the idea of it. Because no matter what, your third item has a longsword. You know, if you go Shiobo third or you go Last Whisper third, there's not a single item in the game you're going third that doesn't have Last Whisper in it. So I don't like the idea of leaving base with money. So I would just buy longsword, which it does delay your collector, but I feel like it's like fine. But that's just me personally. You don't have to. Okay. Again, I generally could not give a fuck if you kill this Xante. I do not like. I rather do other. Like I have 5 camps up. Like this, killing this guy at 300 gold. You have to understand you have 500 gold on the map right now. 4 camps, 500 gold. So like you literally have more gold and more XP on the map, and you don't have to ult for it. You don't have to flash for it, and it's guaranteed. Well, obviously in this case you didn't even kill this guy, so this is not even. You have anything, you have to flash to live, right? So I just I care about this objective. I care about Herald. Collector's 1200 gold, so you can literally just do full clear, boom, 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 base for collector, and then run to this herald with 2 items. You know, uh, I just think you're forcing too much. And then again, I think if you're gonna force plays on people, it should be like easy people to kill. Like top is tanky and has armor. Mid is annoying because she has shrouds and dashes and ults, whatever. We haven't ganked bot once a game. How isn't bot super easy to gank? It's a Swain who's immobile, no dashes, no speed ups, and Caitlyn, which is basically the same thing. I consider net kind of fake, you know. While top and mid are both top's tanky and mid is plenty of dashes. So if you're gonna gank any lane, why not gank bot? Look how aggressive Caitlyn and Swain are playing. These guys are hitting your bot tower. If you just show up behind them like through this or like this, aren't they just dead? They just get completely farmed when they're this pushed up. So I think spending a little too much time top lane. Here you should space for item. You have collector. Now we play for this dragon. This is just bad. You just can't let Kasante ult you like this. You just ran into his W. To be honest, there's not really much else to say. Start. Give me a second. Sorry about that. I'm back. Where were we? Okay, this fight into Dragon. Let me go back. Yeah, I mean, you just gave Casante a free W for no reason. But let's see this rest of the fight. Alt out. Go teammates go in. Casante dies. Philios dies too. No ult. Then you just one shot Dragon. Yeah, we just started. This is from this previous mistake. And once you realize this dragon's like gone, I think once you realize that 80's dead and you have no ult, and obviously invest one back top, now you just have to give it and go take his top camps, right? You can still get something from it, like his top camps, top tower, right? There's still something to trade. It just sucks losing objective and not getting literally anything from it. But look, this guy's not even worth any gold. Like, what, our 6 gank top, 157. Meanwhile, for mid, Salas got ganked, so we could take the 2v2. I see no reason why that 2v2 would be losing, right? Or again, instead of this, we could maybe try to gank their bot lane and kill their bot lane. I just think you're spending all your timers top on a guy that will not matter. Like, Kasante's 0-6 or Kasante's 6-0, he's still just going to be an annoying tank for your team to deal with, right? Meanwhile, like a Kali being fed or like a Caitlyn being fed, that actually does change the game, you know?
Yeah.
Like, this is our first gank bot, and boom, it worked. Like, who would have guessed it insta worked? Okay. And here, if you had ult, you would have killed him, and your ult's down because you used it on Cassante, right? So if you just had ult here, then he dies, you live. So just need to have her ult up. And if you don't have ult up, I don't even. You can just base here. If you're going shield, but you have pickaxe, right? That's the next component. And here also, I think you could charge your W like a half second longer. Again, there's no reason not to full charge. He's running into you. So if you full charge here, he would have done like one less auto. And then I think you wouldn't die to kill and Q potentially, right? You have item. You should. The second you have money for item, you should insta base. Play for this dragon. Like now you're late, right? How much is your item? It's like 1025, right? Or is it 825? Let's see.
825 with both
Yes. So
components.
you can literally just base right now, right after wolf, right? And now you're gonna have your shield bow, and you're gonna be an entire minute early for this dragon. And because people don't realize when you're 3 items, you're basically an assassin. These are all damage burst items, right? Kraken, collector. So you're gonna base here, and then really just run and sit in this bush for the next 30 seconds. And if anyone walks in to get vision, they're just one shot. Like you literally saw you almost one shot Yi here, and that was without your ult. Imagine now with your ult plus Shiobo, if Yi ever face checks and you're full charging a W in this bush, he's just dead. Same with the Kali, same with Swaim. The only person you can't one shot is Cassante, and he's top lane. So literally, you want to base like right now, and then you're gonna sit either in like there's 4 different bushes. You could either sit in this line bush, or this bush, or this bush, or this blue bush, or this bush. And if any of these 5 bushes, someone decides to walk in, because they're gonna walk in, because this is their third dragon, they want to get vision, they want to get control, they want to kill a scuttle crab, right? And if any of them do that, like for example, you're in the stride bush when Yi runs in, he just gets one shot, and boom, now Yi's dead for dragon, and Aphelios isn't. You know what I mean? Like your job is just to get a pick,
Mm.
because you are basically an assassin. And then by the time you show up, your team's already dead, so there is no fight. So you're late all for what? Just a cloak? You know, it's worthless. Yeah, and then they do Baron on spawn. I didn't kind of you just bursted it. We had no vision. Thankfully, you could have warded it. You were just up here, right? But now I think once they stop your soul and they get 20-minute Baron, now I think the game is just 100 times harder. This guy that kills you. I think the game's. I'm not gonna say the game's over, but the game's kind of like your influence or control over the game is over. You know. So I don't know. I think it's when you realize that when you're this strong, you should become like admin leader in the lobbies, and you have to be everywhere early. I always call it like when you're 2-3 items, you just become a babysitter. So like in my head, like the only way we lose this dragon is some idiot on my team dies beforehand. So I just look at the map and I like who on the map is overextended. Not Seraphine, not Silas. Top doesn't matter because it's across the map from dragon. It's just Aphelios, right? So I want to base again here, right when you have your enemy base, and then you're gonna just open to bot side, and this is gonna be your domain. Anything that happens in this area of the map, you're gonna show up. And if you're there, and I guarantee you right now, you're the only person in the entire game with 3 items, so you have the most control over who wins the fight, who loses the fight, everything, right?
Yeah.
So I think that you lose dragon, you lose baron, and now the game's just kind of over. Any questions?
Nope.
All right,
Thank you.
sounds good.